Hi guys, so today we're back for part 5 of the Great Resignation series. That's right, it's been a little over 6 months since this trend started and it is showing no signs of slowing down. People are still quitting their jobs and employers are struggling more than ever to fill positions. It may very well be that this trend is here to stay and will turn into a new reality for the workforce worldwide, one of the pandemic's biggest legacies, if you will. And during these 6 months, we have been able to understand this whole thing a bit better, what started it, why it's happening, what do people want, and what employers can do to protect their businesses from it. And that's what we'll be sharing today in this video, so stick around for the latest updates. Also, you can watch the previous videos for this series about what workers want, how to know if you're ready to join the millions of people who have quit their jobs so far, and if so, how to tell your boss and your family about it the right way. There is no question that the pandemic shifted people's attitudes towards work. Maybe it was being confronted with their own mortality. Maybe it was being forced to stay at home, having nowhere to go and no one to see other than their immediate families. Or maybe it was the chance to work from home and have more flexibility that did it. I say it was all of the above. I've mentioned some other reasons in the previous videos like burnout or, a desire for a better work-life balance, or the low wages or the lack of trust and autonomy, or even the fact that they know the job market is hot right now and want to make the most of it. Whatever it is, it has caused people who are unhappy with their jobs or who simply thought they could do better to walk away. And for some, it happened when the companies they worked for closed and they were laid off. People who worked at restaurants, airlines, shops, etc. Once things got back to normal and employers needed their workers back, many just didn't want to return because they had found better jobs, because they didn't feel safe going back with COVID still out there, or maybe because they already felt unappreciated before the pandemic and being unceremoniously let go didn't help either. So tell me, what is your situation? Have you quit your job or are you thinking about it? If so, what are your reasons for it? Leave me a comment below letting me know, okay? I would love to know all about it. Now, the Federal Reserve Bank of Dallas also found that a lot of older workers decided to retire during the pandemic. In fact, 2.6 million workers retired from February 2020 to April 2021 alone, about twice as many when compared to 2019. 1.5 million of which have stated that they would not have done it if the pandemic hadn't happened. Also, you see a lot of workers migrating from one industry to another because, they're offering better work conditions and they're attracting them. They're shifting from industries that have been hit hard by the pandemic to others who are booming because of it. According to the US Bureau of Labor Statistics, the couriers and messenger industry has increased 18.4%, warehouse and storage 11.5%, and scientific research and development services 9.6%. This is all due to our online shopping and vaccine research, of course. And don't forget about all the workers who decided to become self-employed, to follow their dreams, or simply because the money they saved with lockdown finally allowed them to invest in their own businesses and become entrepreneurs. Whatever the reason, the numbers don't lie. In the US alone, the quit rate for September 2021 reached an all-time high of 3% of the total workforce. Again, according to the US Bureau of Labor Statistics, 19.78 million American employees either quit their jobs or found new ones between April and August of 2021. 4.3 million during August alone. And this means that approximately 1 worker out of every 8 quit their jobs in these 5-month period in the US. Incredible, right? And as it turns out, this isn't just happening for the lower waged and lower skilled workers. Yes, hospitality, retail, and food and beverage have been particularly affected, as we've mentioned, but we're seeing this trend in industries such as IT, where it's estimated that about 1/3 of all workers are considering a change. And they're not alone, According to McKinsey research, about 40% of all US workers are likely to make a career change within the next 3 to 6 months. That is over 65 million people. Now, it's clear that this isn't just a passing fad that businesses can simply wait out. We're already seeing some services failing due to lack of workers, regardless of how many benefits employers are throwing in to sweeten the deal. And it has been estimated that the cost of replacing a worker is on average 122% of that employee's annual salary in terms of finding and training a replacement. And let's not forget that on average, it takes between 6 to 9 months for a new hire to become fully effective. All of it means there is no time to waste. Businesses need to adapt now. But before we move on, just a quick reminder that if you're enjoying this video, you can let me know by giving it a thumbs up. I would really appreciate your support. Also, if you want to be the first to watch the next video for this series, or if you're looking for some inspiration for doing a kick-ass life, subscribe to my channel and tap that notification bell so you won't miss out. I publish new videos on Tuesdays and Fridays, plus my inspirational shorts. Now, I would say that the first thing businesses need to realize is workers want more flexibility. You know, the whole nightmarish commute just doesn't make sense anymore. Not when they've proven that they can do their jobs from home just as well. You know, the old rigid rules and policies need to change to allow workers the management of their own time, as well as to offer more flexible working arrangements. Now, flexibility is also required as far as managing goes. You know, overbearing, controlling, micromanaging bosses or managers are among the #1 reasons people offer when asked why they want to switch jobs. People need to feel trusted and valued. They need to feel like their worth is recognized and their work actually matters. The time for degrading, bullying managers who put down employees to show they're in charge is hopefully over. Trust and transparency in every layer of employee management strategies is the way to go. Also, businesses need to look at workers as individuals, not just like a big mass of labor. Each person has different motivations and needs. Addressing each person accordingly will allow companies to offer the right financial, social, and development incentives, which is in itself the biggest motivation factor for employees. And this is easily done by collecting employee feedback, through surveys, for example. And yes, money does matter, even though it's no longer the #1 reason for picking a job. A full-time worker can't live in wage poverty, meaning the money they get for a full-time job must be enough to cover the basic expenses. Otherwise, they will quickly realize that they need to get a better job or, choose part-time jobs that, when added, will pay them more. Businesses need to strengthen their compensation and benefits package that keep inflation in mind to keep them competitive. They also need to offer fair promotions and salary hike opportunities to maintain motivation and employee loyalty. Now, one of the biggest issues with workers nowadays is, as I've mentioned, exhaustion and burnout. And the way businesses can deal with this is to offer initiatives and strategies that target employee well-being and promote a better work-life balance. Most importantly, to let workers know they can and should ask for help and support when needed. Workers need more than ever to feel like they belong, like they're a part of something they identify with, and to know that they're heard and that help is offered when needed. Working full-time means spending most of your day doing it. That is a long time when you start adding all those hours up, so feeling comfortable and fulfilled professionally is a big deal as far as quality of life is concerned. It took a pandemic to make people realize it, but they have, and there is no turning back. Also, I strongly suggest you watch the other 4 videos for this series to learn more about what is happening right now and how it affects you. That is it for me today, and I'll see you over there. Bye bye!